morning, everybody. Today we've got to get the 12-row unhooked so we can hook up our 4-row male row planter, aka our spike bar. Devin planted some seed corn on Saturday. Today is Monday. We have to spike in male corn. It had a delay. It's very confusing how it all works, but we got to spike in the male corn probably tomorrow. We got to switch over some boxes and meters and stuff. 12 rows unhooked. Let's go get the male planter. There's the spike bar, 3-point mounted. Male planter is hooked up. Spike bar is in the shop. I'm gonna pull 4 boxes off the 12 row. Gotta clean them out. So we got the Pro Box here. Put the 4 rows on the male planter. All we gotta hook up is the electric drive and the vacuum, because this male planter does not have hydraulic downforce, so we don't have to worry about that. So it should be pretty simple. These are the soybean meters. You can tell there's a lot more holes. Once you see the corn meter, there's quite a bit less.
Knocker knocks the seed down the tube once the disc comes around.
It's right in there between these two little grooves there.
As that disc turns, though, it just knocks off the seed.
There's a different one for corn that we'll put in. And down here is the singulator. This one says soybeans on it, so we got to put a different singulator on it. We got the corn meters, a little side by side to the beans. It's got about 2 rows all the way around, real tight. And the corn just got 1 row with some spacing. There's the corn knockoff. It's a single versus the soybean double. The singulator, I don't know what's really much different, but get all these bad boys in, set the boxes on, hook the vac up, plug the wire in, get the monitor set up, be good to go. Now the fun part. Get that AC rolling, boy. Refrigerator in here. So what's nice about this precision monitor, it lets you load in your planter. So you can see we got the 12-row 1760, and then we got the 4-1 male. So we can just click on that, and it'll load all the settings for it. Look at Honey Badger. Eating lunch, feeding. Look at Blaze. She's just right there, like, give me some, give me some. Checking some fields, seeing if it's dry enough. Ball badger. Kind of been him-hawing around the past several hours. Still think it might be a little damp yet. I mean, we could probably go, but we're just getting the VT brought over here to a farm. It looks like Bucky might be sending her. He's folding her out.
He's folding the lever before he's even out in the driveway and just going crazy here. So it's easy. That's how you break stuff. We do have a field worked, so it's not like we're waiting to go somewhere in the morning. So if you work it and then it rains, I guess you're not at a disadvantage. But
there's a little chance of rain here in like a half hour. Kind of gonna see what happens. We can see the lightning up north of us a little ways. You just don't want to get too gung-ho about something. We're sitting pretty decent. We're not really worried yet, but forecast looks pretty good. Just don't panic. Just play your cards and do what you got to do. Bucky's just gonna make a few rounds, and I'm just gonna see how it feels. Today was kind of like humid out. It's really pretty tacky, I mean, to be honest. Let's see what happens here. The very top layer of your soil is obviously gonna be pretty dry because it's directly on the sun. Ah, jeez. I mean, it's really pretty damp. Now, I'm not saying a guy could not plant into this. You definitely could. One advantage of the VT over the field cultivator, you're able to work ground when it's a little more wet because the VT doesn't leave a shear, or we like to call a hard pan. You take a field cultivator into a wet farm, you're just gonna completely shear the soil, and basically it causes compaction. With vertical till, you don't have that problem, so you can get away with working ground when it's a little wetter, as long as it's not like muddy and you're plugging your baskets up. Ah, the VT just leaves a gorgeous finish. Yeah! Yeah! That was fun. Whew! Hey y'all, how's it going? Good afternoon. It's currently 2:45 and finally stress level has cooled down. Let me explain why. We're planting male corn today. Farming is interesting, but once you do it, you learn how to do it. First time planting male corn. I've been around it and I know how it works, but first time actually doing it, it's pretty interesting. And what makes this even more interesting is I'm planting over ground that's already been planted. It's kind of weird. You can't tell where you've been, you can't tell where you're going. You rely on your GPS, that you're running straight, and that you're on the right row, which, you know, in theory, everything should work perfectly, right? And it usually does. It's just very odd planting into stuff that's already been planting and planting over a row that's already been planted. This is the seed corn farm that Devin just got done planting. The way it worked out, he planted all the female and he planted a basically 3/4 rate of the male. And now I'm coming back through. It's been Saturday, he planted it, Sunday, Monday, and today is Tuesday. 3 full days. Once you get these, what they called heat units, this second part of the male is supposed to go in. We got the heat units and this male is going in. I'm planting 14,400 seeds per acre. Very low population, but that's what it calls for to finish the delay. We just had to get everything set up this morning. We went and did a small 20-acre seed farm this morning. Everything's been going good. I had a few quirks to work out this morning, but we got through it. Since I'm planting at such a low population, you're able to move pretty quick. So I'm going 6.5 miles per hour with just regular seed tubes and the electric drives on it. It's pretty good going, and you're working with is 50 feet. You move through the acres pretty quick, a lot faster than, you know, a 12-row planter, which is what I've been running. It's kind of a nice, refreshing thing. Let you know if anything fun happens. That was fun. Mustard just brought the 40-20 and the drill over. He's seeding the 40-foot headlands that you have to have on the end rows of seed corn farms. On my last few passes here, got myself a buddy seat rider. Just came out here for the past few rows. So this is Male Parent Corn. He's from Hawaii, and he doesn't get a chance to come up here very often. So Male, do you want to say anything to the camera? He's a man of very few words. I respect that. That is a wrap. Fold up, head down the road. It'll be a beautiful looking farm of seed corn here. What do you think, Male? Did we do good? Attaboy. I'll tell you what, it is hot out, humid. We are sweating like dogs. We're currently cleaning off the male row planter and putting the boxes back on the 12 row planter, getting everything switched back over. That way I can go plant some beans tomorrow, and then we'll have to do this all over again because we got to put more male corn in Thursday. So it seems tedious, but with 4 guys we can do it pretty quick, and at least tomorrow. Otherwise this planter would be sitting all day and this tractor would be doing nothing. So tomorrow my plan is to go plant a 90-acre farm of beans. I should be able to get that done. So that's just one less thing to worry about that we can get done. So we're gonna try our best to do it. We're all back hooked up to the 12 row. We're going to check a sensor on one of the seed tubes that was giving us fit. All right, let's see what we got. This is a seed sensor connection here.
Oh geez. Holy Toledo.
Holy Toledo. There's a seed sensor in each one of these tubes that senses that the seed is dropping. There's 2 connection points. That one right there, and this one here that got smashed. I think it got pinched down in between there somewhere. It's broke. We're trying to jerry-rig this back together so it hopefully says it plants.
This wouldn't be, I mean, this isn't quite jerry-rigging, it's just I don't have the right crimping tool here.
So I mean, it's as good as it gets, except for buying a whole new harness.
Yeah, I mean, this is a factory repair.
This is Bucky factory repair. Butt connector Bucky is not butt connecting.
This is legit, man.
Those aren't butt connectors.
No, that's the way it's supposed to be. I just don't have the right crimping tool here. We don't have the female connector, so we're gonna tape them up and poke them in. She's gonna buck. That's what's going on in our neck of the woods.
What's going on in your neck of the woods? Sounds like a weatherman. It's really hot, very humid.
Al Roker.
Kind of miserable, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's a humid one. Putting a little heat shrink on. Get the gnats in your nose and they keep going. I don't know if they're looking for a brain or something. They're gonna keep digging for a while. Yeah, I'm doing this because I don't want these wires to, they're gonna be close.
Ooh, fire.
Ooh, fire.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. This is, yeah, it's a little big, but it's a buck.
This factory,
I mean,
does it get any better?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to compare this to a factory harness spray and brake clean on an electrical connector.
It's not brake clean.
Yeah, it's an electric cleaner. Red, black, white.
Red is right. White is left. Black is in middle.
Is that factory?
Just about.
I mean, see, that's why I did the heat shrink, just in case they would get close and touch. I did put the seals on.
Now we're just gonna tape it up and see if it works.
Yep. Well, let's probably see if it works first.
Yeah, probably. Good idea. We reset the modules. Everything looks good. No more red popping up on row 8. That is ready to go. This bean planter, 12 row planter, whatever you want to call it, is ready to go for tomorrow. Hopefully I can get some acres knocked out, and then we'll hit the male again on Thursday. Whew. Wish me luck.